Good evening, everybody. Please rise for the national anthem sung by Lily Wagasback.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, oh, and the home of the brave?
Hello, everybody. My name is Will Cahill. I am pleased to welcome you all to the 40th Annual WAVM Awards Banquet. Whenever we start a new year at WAVM, there's always a new set of challenges, and this year was no different. However, thanks to the students of WAVM and everyone who supports us, we were able to make it through. This year, we have hosted our 46th Annual Beacon Santa Telethon, and we raised around $38,000. "46 years of raising money is no easy feat, and this year's hosts, tech crew, general staff, and everyone else that helped make the 46th Telethon the best it could be deserve our gratitude. We would like to especially thank Ann Nui for her unwavering support for both the telethon and the station. We would not be here tonight without the time and work she puts into this program, and for that we will be forever grateful. We would also like to recognize the Friends of WAVM and all the other adult volunteers for everything they do to keep WAVM running. We would of course like to highlight the work of Mr. Valenti and the staggering amount of hours he put into advising the station. We are endlessly thankful for the support and work you've done this year. Obviously, WAVM plays an important part in the lives of everyone here. WAVM presents a unique opportunity to learn serious, real-world skills and bring out the best in ourselves. I hope that everyone here enjoys their evening. Now, to begin, I would like to introduce one of our guest speakers, Representative Kate Hogan. Representative Hogan is in her 8th term as state representative for the 3rd Middlesex District, which includes the towns of Bolton, Hudson, Maynard, and Stowe. In 2021, she was named Speaker pro tempore by Speaker Mariano and is the highest-ranking LGBTQ member in the House leadership. She co-chairs the legislature's LGBTQ caucus. As a legislator, Representative Hogan has been a tireless advocate for building our regional economy, enhancing and improving our veterans' health care, and a voice for our elders and most vulnerable. We'd like to thank you very much for being here tonight, and I'd like to invite you up to the stage.
Thank you so much for inviting me here this evening. You know, I could not believe that this is the first time back since COVID. and so glad to see you all here. So glad to see you all here. And delighted to know that WAVM continues on. And not only that, but really grows in stature and the ability to develop students as they move into the real world, as one says, with all the skills that you have and that you're developing here. It's just a wonderful thing. So thank you. It's an honor to celebrate with you. You know, for 50 years, and I believe this deeply, that WAVM has really been a jewel in the crown of Maynard, and also the high school and middle school system, a place where students can contribute and learn important skills while contributing much appreciated services, as we see with Santa every Christmas. And it's very much appreciated. And what started as an AV club, I mean, it's what this started as 50 years ago, has become a rich center of digital and communication offerings, broadcasting radio and TV over a 20-plus mile radius, which is well beyond Maynard, and bringing professional quality video services to our local businesses as well. This year, WAVM attracted more than 100 students, its highest membership yet. I just think that is wonderful. It's such a great sign of things to come, and it's resulted in expanded multi-camera sports and school event coverage. The more students we have, the more we can cover, the more we all and the community itself becomes visible, because you're able to cover these kinds of things like sports events and school events, and new internet capability for live broadcast for Alumni Field for the very first time. I just find this all very exciting because, you know, we have our technical high schools, and they are critically important in our system. But we have WAVM in Maynard, and it is developing a group of students to move into the world that is unique in the state of Massachusetts. So I just find it amazing, and just want to congratulate all the students, especially our graduating seniors, and to the teachers, advisors, family members, and all of WAVM supporters. You know, when I come in for the telethon and see everyone there over the years, and it's been more than 15 now, a little less than 20, but when I see all those students there, all of those parents there, all of the volunteers that care so deeply, it's a rich community, it's a rich experience, and I am proud, very proud to know all of you. Thank you so much. We treasure your efforts. Take care.
Thank you again to Representative Hogan for her attendance this evening. Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. It is an exciting time for students to be involved in the station with past and future technological improvements continuously being made. This past year, we were awarded a $200,000 grant, which allowed us to upgrade our studio cameras and field cameras. Next year promises to be just as exciting. Highlights include new Apple editing computers, and this next one is for you, Grafton, a new video switcher for our control room. If anybody knows Grafton, he loves the video switcher. You'll have to, the largest improvement involved will be a major renovation to our studio lighting infrastructure, including a checkered pipe grid, curtain track, curtains, LED lighting with selectable colors, and dimming control. And on that note, I would like to introduce our keynote speaker. His passion for community media centers and those located within a high school is unmatched. He specializes in the integration of lighting systems in television studios, theatrical spaces for community access centers, K-12 schools, colleges, universities, municipalities, and corporations. He has over 25 years of experience and has designed and installed over 200 studios. I would like to welcome Jonathan Lipsey, President of JML Lighting Services, to the podium.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for having me here. Steve kind of said a lot of the things that I already do, so I guess I can cut away a couple of my pages and just chuck them behind me. What he said is true. The biggest word he used was passion. I have a passion for lighting. It's amazing. I think I'm fascinated with it. It's something I've been crazy about since I was a kid. But what I enjoy doing most is working with people, taking an empty room, designing something and building something out of it that people can run in with and shoot their, do their stories and shoot their shows. But I have a question. Does anyone ever hear of me before in this room? Hopefully to know. Oh, one gentleman. Thank you very much. Okay, I appreciate that. I'm the unsung hero. I'm the guy who's invisible behind the scenes, and I kind of like that. But for the past 30-something years, I've worked with a lot of different stations, a lot of different facilities, and when I leave, it's wonderful that it's running smoothly, and I kind of tiptoe into the shadows, and they just keep going for years. So I'm not someone who's really been heard of a lot, but I'm very good at what I do. So what I like to do is express what I do very well. And when I was a kid, I had no idea I was going to be here today. Because I had a passion for everything I did. And I keep drilling that word passion because everyone here, I look around, I see a lot of young adults here. And when I was your age, I had no idea if I was going to be successful or if I was going to go in one direction or not. But for me, lighting was where I wanted to be. I mean, camera's important, switching is really important. You can get into audio, radio, everything is very important, but lighting was where it's at. You know, I can take lighting and I can make people look really good. I can take lighting, and if you don't, you know, don't piss off the lighting designer, I can make you look really bad. So the job doesn't last that very long when I do that. I was a lighting designer for Fox TV for many years. And then something didn't go well, and I was asked, okay, let's not carry that any further. But I enjoy it. So, but my goal tonight is I want to talk to you for a few minutes. And if you can get one piece of information that resonates inside of you and you leave this room and go, wow, that really is important to me also, then that's wonderful. And that's what I want to try to do for you. So with lighting, why is lighting so important? It creates moods. Think of going to a play or the opera, and it's all white light. There's no colors. There's no special effects. Well, pretty soon you're asleep in your seat. And trust me, I've been to a couple operas where I fell asleep in my seat, and I'm not an opera guy. I'm more of a play guy in television. So, but I'm mesmerized it. Now, I understand that there's a lot of radio people in here and a lot of television people. So I'm a lighting designer, as I keep mentioning. So for me, every lighting designer I know, we talk about lighting or television without lighting is radio. And I don't do radio. So that's why I really, really go towards the lighting aspect of it. Then you kind of have, we have discussions on what's most important. Everything is important. But if you look at a tripod, it's got 3 legs. One leg can be cameras, one leg can be audio, and one leg can be lighting. You take away one of those aspects, tripod falls over, and it just doesn't work anymore. So which aspect is the most important? Depending on who you talk to, you get different answers. For me, it's lighting. And lighting can take you to a lot of places. There aren't a lot of people who do what I do in this region. So I'm at the top of my class in what I do. So I've worked for Fox TV, ABC, NBC. My true love is high schools, colleges, and community television stations. In these arenas, egos are left at the door. People aren't fighting and they're not hiding everything. They're not trying to beat each other. When I work for the regional NBC or Fox, I have to sign papers saying that I promise not to mention what's being done inside for some big secret. Well, we all do the same thing. So, but for years, like some of my joys, and I still miss it, is I was the lighting designer for the Patriots for 10 years. So if you ever watch Patriots All Access or any kind of show like that, there's a studio in the belly of the stadium at Gillette Stadium, and I was a lighting designer for that. And it was exciting because I would sit there and listen to Bill Belichick and Gronk and a couple other people talk football that's not on camera. So they were laughing and joking around, and it was amazing. And I probably met every player there was except Tom Brady. So if you're walking in the stadium and they announce Tom Brady's walking down the hall, everybody has to just push back into the room, shut the door, and God walks down the hallway. And it's true. They don't want anyone to get overexcited or overzealous and tackle the guy and go, hey, look at me, I tackled Tom Brady. You know, I'm a lot smaller than him, so I don't think it would have worked. But I get to meet a lot of people, and my job takes me to different territories. So I'm the lighting designer from Boston to Buffalo, and I travel all over the place. So it works very well for me, and it's a great career to get into. But what differentiates me from my competition is I think I care a little bit more. So I am basically like the Swiss Army knife of lighting. I apologize. Does anyone here not know what a Swiss Army knife is? A little gadget, has multiple blades, toothpicks, scissors, everything you need to survive in the wild. Well, all my competitions or all my competitors, they'll be good at lighting. They'll be good at, say, another topic. But I'll have to be good at everything. So when I do a job, I work on that job from every aspect, from the beginning to the end. I know everything there is about the job, from the power distribution to how to hang the lights, to building the pipe grid, how to make the curtains, all the DMX power or DMX distribution. I gotta know everything. But more importantly, I care about my customers. I listen to what they want. If you ever go anywhere in life, listen to what your people want. If you get into sales or anything like me, I listen, and then most of all, I'm a problem solver. And that's what I love to do, solve problems for my customers. I wanted to talk about me a little bit because I want you to know my journey. And I don't want to bore you with like, oh my God, I did this as a kid or this or whatever, but I look around and most of you don't know what, I'm in my 50s. I see some other people who are probably a little younger than me, but will understand. In the 60s and 70s, we didn't know what digital photography was. I had a little camera with a 12-shot or a 24-shot roll, and then after I did that, I got to ride my bike to a little thing called Photo Hut in the middle of a parking lot and get that developed. And then maybe a week later, I can ride my bike back there and pick them up. But we had to be very careful about how we shot and what we did and what we looked at, because I didn't have a digital camera with a memory card and I could take 2,500 shots and not worry about it. It's a different world back then. But what it did for me was every picture had a meaning. I had to be really careful what I did. And that allowed me to look at the lighting. I would get up early and watch the sunset and how it would travel and how that sun would look or shine upon a building. And during the day, in the early morning, you have very warm amber colors. And then as the day comes more into noon and upper, it becomes really bluish. But we had to look at that and say, oh, I want to take a portrait of my mother, but she looks horrible at high noon, but she looks great at 5 in the morning. So here's me kicking my mother out of bed at 5 a.m. going, come on, the light's perfect right now. But that got me so-called, juiced and running. When I was in high school, we didn't have a full TV program like you have in this high school. We had a little photo studio. We had 3 or 4 scoops, which are these, it looks like a big wok with a big light bulb in it. We had a few of those, and I would stay there after school and play with the lights and be fascinated with it. And my friends would be out doing whatever, getting in trouble, and I would be staying in school playing with the lights. But it's what I enjoyed. When I got to college, I had the honor of teaching as a senior. I got to teach Photography 101. I was a minor in photography, and I kept honing my skills and learning about lighting and just learning about every aspect of it. Like a lot of people will say, what's the most important thing about lighting? Well, it's making people look good. Like if you ever took a lighting class, they'll teach you about three-point lighting. Okay, they'll have front, back, key, take it, crumple it up, throw it away. In TV, we talk about layers of lighting and what works really well. We talk about chroma key lighting, ratios of lighting. There's a lot to learn, but it's all about the journey and how you get to that and learn all of that. Like when I work with high schools, I have a lot of students who work with me. They'll be on the ground. Sadly, I don't let them climb up the ladders, I apologize, but they'll be on the ground and they're learning how this connects, and they'll learn how to program lights, change the DMX channels, how to run a control board. So when they move on to college studios have exactly the program that you're running here, just a little larger. Or when they get into the real world, all those basics that you learn follow you. So if you have a passion, whether it's in lighting or in audio or, I don't care if it's baking, try to be the best you could be, and that will bring you success. Now, the definition of success can be different for everyone. For me, my success is I have a wife who stood by me for the past 30 years. I mean, look at me. That's successful, okay? That's great. I got 2 great kids. I got a modest house. I got a car that runs well. I got a few shekels in the bank for when I retire. I'm successful. I'm not Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk successful, but I'm a simple person. And if you could look at it that way, you too will be successful and enjoy life in the future of it. Does that sound good to everybody? I know. Well, I give multiple hour seminars on lighting. So I'm up here a little skipping around because I want to delve into my comfort zone and teach you all about green screen lighting or portrait lighting. But I just want to come up and tell you it's an honor to speak with you tonight. And if I can kind of emphasize what I do and it kind of passes off onto you, and you want to come where I am someday, we need people in this industry. And it will be a fantastic ride. So thank you very much for letting me speak with you. If you have questions or you want to talk to me, I'm around. It'll be a pleasure speaking with you after. Thank you very much.
Good evening. My name is Hannah Larkin, and I have had the pleasure of being a CEO this past year. I'm going to introduce Will Cahill and Monica Kells, my fellow CEOs, Grafton Norris, our TV GM, Owen Wild, our remote productions GM, John Michael Waldron, our radio GM, Nathaniel Maroy, our operations GM, and Matthew Boyle, our auditorium GM. And I'd like to recognize Andrew Cloutier and Miles Westerbeek, who are our auditorium directors this year, Harry Lenacek, who is our editing director, Will Fisk, who is our sports director, Enzo Porfino, who is our inventory manager, Nina Kyoto, who is our crew manager, Liam Llewellyn, who is our station engineer, Anna Malionik and Laura Kyoto, who are our remote productions directors, Megan Ray, who is our head supervisor, Lily Wagaspak, who is our outreach director, Sophia O'Brien, who is our marketing manager, and Evelyn Hickey, who is our PSA director. You can now enjoy your meals.
Hello, everyone. As you finish up your meals, I'd like to take a moment and tell you about the world of WAVM. The WAVM Banquet, which now returns after 5 years, which actually is crazy. I was thinking about this. Most of us on the stage were 12 or 13 years old when the last banquet happened. And even through all that time, WAVM continued to help and support not only Maynard, but the surrounding towns as well. This year, more than ever, we stepped up our game and got live coverage of every single football, basketball, and softball game through all the technical difficulties, running around trying to find someone to help us set up, and starting a live stream 30 minutes late with bad sound quality. We still put in the work and tried to get only to get the best for our community. WAVM is not only about filming, streaming, and setting up, but it's about the community we create and the atmosphere of just being in the station. On a daily basis, you can find Lucas and Zach editing from 2 to 9 p.m., Nate, Miles, and Enzo running around filming skits, Matthew, Owen, or Will frantically trying to find staff, or maybe one of our many new live television shows. We can never forget the middle schoolers playing Roblox in the editing bays. Even outside the station, who else but WAVM students would wear ghillie suits while playing Capture the Flag? WAVM is always full with people doing everything and nothing at the exact same time. If you want to come and relax, you might want to find somewhere else. But it's the chaos that truly makes it the world of WAVM. Thank you.
All right, guys, I think we're ready to go. Who's excited?
And it goes in! It's an air goal!
2023 Field Hockey Senior Night.
And it's caught! Touchdown Maynard, and they win the game! This is America.
Hello, welcome to Mammy Cooking. I know. Slimy Girls! Are you ready to die, Steven?
All right, my name is Hannah. I'm a CEO in WAVM, and throughout my years in the station, I can confidently say, and I'm sure that most all of my peers would agree, we are beyond thankful for all of the parent volunteers that have dedicated countless hours and energy to the station. While WAVM is largely student-run, these parents serve as the backbone of the entire program, and the station would not be here today without them. I'd like to thank all the parent volunteers that have helped with the banquet events, the telethon, and all the other WAVM events throughout the years. These events would not have been possible without your help, and your hard work does not go unnoticed. I would like to also thank and recognize the Friends of WAVM for all that they have done for this program. For those that do not know, the Friends of WAVM is a volunteer-run group that devotes their time to the betterment of WAVM. Whether this is through fundraising efforts or organizing some of WAVM's most popular events, this group is pivotal to the success of the station. The money that this group raises goes towards the station and scholarships for seniors. We're extremely appreciative of all of your work, of all the work that this group has done, and very grateful for the effort and support of the Friends of WAVM. Thank you for everything. Without the help of adult volunteers, the telethon would not be possible. From gathering and tagging auction items to chaperoning and driving students around and making sure that there's food at the ready for hungry students, parent volunteers are essential to the success of WAVM's largest event. I'd like to thank all of this year's parent volunteers that made the 2023 telethon such a success. In addition, I would like to especially recognize and thank Mr. Avery and Mr. Severance for their unwavering help with the telethon. Mr. Avery, Mr. Severance, and Mr. Cahill have also been working to redesign the WAVM and telethon websites. Thank you. Finally, I'd like to recognize the people who keep WAVM running smoothly day after day, year after year. Without the dedication of Ms. Newey and Mr. Valenti, we simply would not be here today. They organize all the events in the station, handle the scheduling, and communicate with students while creating a welcoming environment for student-led events. Their guidance and support is greatly appreciated. Thank you. Thank you to every adult in WAVM. With your generosity and dedication, we've had yet another successful year. Thank you.
Good evening, WAVM. I'm Owen Wild, and I am here to present the Philip Bonicki Humanitarian Award. I would like to call Jackson Severance to the front of the podium to present the next award. Many in our community knew Philip Bonicki for his humanitarian activities around our town, including things like serving as a library trustee, coaching Little League, and organizing both the annual Easter egg hunt and the Christmas parade. He was notable downtown for his characters, which everyone in WAVM loved. This year, the Philip Bonicki Humanitarian Award is given to a man who has become a key part of WAVM over these past few years. He has been essential to the annual Beacon Santa Telethon this year and the incredible progress that WAVM has made throughout the year. His skills and personality have aided the maintenance and progress of WAVM. One of the many ways he has helped WAVM is by updating the official website. Without further ado, this year's Philip Bonicki Humanitarian Award goes to Kurt Severance.
Hello, I am Nathaniel, and I'm here to present the John Tobin Community Service Award. John Tobin was a valued member of the Maynard community for many years. He devoted countless hours to the Maynard Athletics Department and the students involved. John was especially committed to attending and photographing the dozens of sporting events that take place during the year. He would then engage the community by distributing these pictures to all those involved in the events. WAVM has had the pleasure of presenting the John Tobin Community Service Award for over 30 years. This award is presented to an adult who, like John, devotes their time to the community and the members within. This year's recipient has been involved with WAVM a lot this past year, taking the pictures of each auction item for the telethon and putting them online, making sure that everyone at home can accurately see each and every item. He has also been a major contributor with the redesigning of the WAVM website, spending his time helping plan every aspect of the website to allow every member of the community to see all events that WAVM films and live streams, as well as listen in on our radio station. It is my honor to announce that this year's John Tobin Community Service Award is going to none other than Mr. Avery. Unfortunately, Mr. Avery was unable to attend today due to work circumstances, so I now call Grafton to present the next award.
Hello, my name is Grafton, and I am here to present the Janet Thierry Unsung Hero Award. Janet Thierry was a longtime adult volunteer at WAVM. She came to every parent-sponsored event, volunteered for every event, and always showed up with a smile. Mrs. Thierry never did these things asking for recognition. She did these things out of the kindness of her heart and the willingness to help the community. Sadly, Ms. Thierry passed away in 2013. However, in her passing, she has left behind her ideals, grace, kindness, generosity, and humbleness. The Janet Thierry Unsung Hero Award goes to a member that's always willing to help out the station, and not because they have to, but because they want to. This year, I am presenting this award to someone I personally have had to rely on multiple times. We worked side by side during the telethon as tech captains, both with our teams and in the editing booth. Every editing job that was handed to this student was completed both efficiently and with care, impressing me more and more with each assignment. This student stepped up to handle jobs like the telethon intro video, the Maynard Public Library presentation, and tonight's senior tribute video that you'll see later. Because most of their work went uncredited, there was no doubt that this student joined WAVM for the sole purpose of helping their community. It is unfortunate that this student is leaving us next year, but I am sure wherever they end up, they will apply the same amount of dedication and helpfulness as they have shown to the station this year. It is my pleasure to present the Janet Thierry Unsung Hero Award to Harry Lenacek.
Anne Duclos was an active member of our community and was always seen around town. She played a significant role in WAVM as well as in the Maynard community as a whole. Anne enjoyed being a part of all the usual WAVM events, including but not limited to the Beacon Santa Telethon, ice cream socials, and banquet weekend activities. The Anne Duclos Citizenship Award goes to an extremely valued and dedicated member of WAVM. This person has been a member of WAVM for forever. And when I say forever, I mean forever. I don't remember how long, but I know it's been a really, 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 really long time. This member has put in countless hours and energy throughout her time, whether that be volunteering for station events, ensuring that station operations run smoothly, or helping with the telethon. This person's expertise does not go unnoticed, and I'm extremely grateful that I've had the opportunity to work alongside her both in WAVM and in the community as a whole. Her organization, responsibility, leadership, and intelligence are admirable. I cannot wait to see what she continues to accomplish. I'm proud to present this year's Anne Duclos Citizenship Award to Megan Ray. George Shaw was one of WAVM's most valuable members, donating his time and effort to make the station a productive place. Along with charitable work at the station, George Shaw showed himself to be a compassionate and helpful member to the community by working tirelessly as a selectman and working with veteran groups over the years. Tonight we honor someone that has consistently committed himself to the station and has taken the same pride in his work as George Shaw did. The person that will receive this award tonight is nothing short of an exemplar of devoted and dedicated WAVM member, one that I myself strive to be. I literally do not think that there's a single event that this person did not offer to run. He should get an award just for the amount of time he spent in the station this year alone. Without hesitation, this person is not only dedicated to serving WAVM, but also his friends and community around him. To be honest, and I've really thought about it, I have no idea where this kid finds the time to be this involved in WAVM. If it weren't for him, I don't think we'd have a banquet this year, or a telethon intro video, or staff for half of the events this year. This person put so much effort and time and care into everything that he does for the station, I can't begin to thank him enough for his work. However, his commitment to WAVM does not just stop with his participation in events. This member is always someone that you can count on to teach you something. I can't even count how many things he's taught me, even when I was supposed to be the one teaching him. It's very clear that this person not only cares about the technological aspects of WAVM, but also deeply cares about continuing to teach younger members the traditions. This person truly embodies everything that a devoted WAVM member is. It is easily the most humble about his efforts. I have both the privilege and the pleasure to not only work alongside this person, but to also call him a friend. I'm beyond proud to present the George Shaw Pride in Performance Award to Grafton Norris. I will now call up Sophia O'Brien and Laura Kyoto to talk about the telethon.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sophia O'Brien, and I'm also here with Laura Kyoto. We are very excited to be here tonight, and besides the numerous opportunities that WAVM participates in throughout the year, one of the things that the station is most known for in the Maynard community is the Beacon Santa Telethon. For those who don't know, the telethon is a 40-hour live broadcast event that raises money for families in need during the holiday season. Although the telethon takes place over just 3 days, the planning and hard work that goes into it happens during both the fall and winter seasons, leading up to the final broadcast. The year of 2023 was a very special one. It marked 46 years since the first broadcast of the station's telethon, which was executed by Bill Cassidy and Billy Nelson. This year, we were able to raise $38,000 during the telethon. What's special about the Maynard community is that it seems that everyone wants to help out by being a volunteer, a host, on tech crew, an auction donor, an entertainer, or even just a viewer at home. Thank you all for that, and for that, a little does really go a long way. First, we would like to thank Mrs. Newey for her tremendous efforts this year during the telethon, along with the support she has given every year. We would also like to thank Steve Valenti. Without these two individuals, we wouldn't be able to accomplish what we did this year.
Being telethon hosts entailed more work than we anticipated, with driving to businesses almost every day to ask for auction items, calling and emailing acts for performances, and filming the traditional intro video. We enjoyed it so much, and we were honored to be hosts this year alongside our other co-hosts. Being put in these positions made us realize how important the telethon and the charity is to the town of Maynard, and even the surrounding towns. There were businesses that were thrilled to donate and places that had a connection with the telethon for many years. It was also an opportunity for us to spread awareness about this cause to people and businesses that were unfamiliar with it, and we encouraged them to come together to offer their support for future years. The telethon has a very special place in the hearts of the people of Maynard, and although the telethon has come to an end for all of us seniors, we're excited to see the underclassmen take charge and continue this tradition that is so important to the history of WAVM. We would like to recognize all the tech crew members this year. The telethon would not have been possible without all of your tireless efforts, and anyone who participated in tech should give themselves ample credit for being the true backbone of the telethon.
All 2023 telethon hosts would like to give a sincere thank you to everyone who has helped in this year's telethon. No matter how large your contribution was, you were a necessary asset in raising $38,000 for families in need. Thank you all for your time.
So the example for this speech was 4.5 pages long. I tried to cut it down a little bit. It's a lengthy one. But if you asked me during freshman year to go find an XLR and get on clear comms because a segment was starting, I would have looked at you like you had two heads and asked, what is an XLR? The truth is, I, like many others, joined the station with little to no experience in technology, television, and radio. Although I was technically a member of WAVM during my freshman year, I had no interest in being more involved than having a radio show and going to the telethon. And I had no idea how much this community would impact me and how my life would be altered just by deciding to immerse myself in the station. If you told me during sophomore year to get on Switcher and make sure that these 10 WAVM events were staffed, I would have panicked and told you, but I don't know how. With sophomore year, I was finally able to be a part of tech crew and learn so many important skills that come along with being involved in the telethon. But what impacted me the most was what came after. As many of you know, tech crew doesn't stop when the telethon stops, and the student leaders often ask tech crew members to work events throughout the year. During my sophomore year, I helped work the Fallow Play, the Spring Fling, 8th grade graduation ceremony, among many other WAVM events. It was through these experiences that I gained more confidence in my abilities as a member of WAVM, and alongside my friends, we all began to enjoy helping out. If you told me in the beginning of junior year, from November to December, you'll hardly go home before 10 p.m. and your car will always be full of some type of WAVM equipment, I would have considered if I was capable enough to handle that type of responsibility. When Kate Carlisle asked me if I would be interested in being a general manager the summer before my junior year, I was not prepared for what would come when I said yes. In truth, I was selected for the position because I had a car and a license rather than my outstanding technical knowledge. But a car is very important for remote productions general manager, as your job is to drive around with equipment and set up events outside of MHS. Owen Wild, as the current remote productions general manager without a car, and for a while without a license, understands this. Being put into a position I was not quite ready for forced me to learn as much as I could and quickly. In addition to remote productions, I was also chosen as tech crew captain. Since I'd only ever been in tech crew once before, it was often that Will Cahill would teach me how to do the setups, such as switcher and operating studio cameras, just 15 minutes before I would teach the skills to my whole group. I learned that WVM is the perfect environment to learn if you're willing to put in the work. It was also during my junior year that I made so many new friends. As I'm sure many WVM members have before me, there's no better place to meet amazing people. And as I move on from MHS, a lot of the people I'll miss the most are people I met within this club. If you tell me today it's already time to say goodbye, I will say, but I've just started. And this is true. I had a late introduction to WAVM compared to many others here. And I know that I never could have done my job properly without the help of so many people in this room. So thank you to all the junior general managers, Grafton Norris, Matthew Boyle, Owen Wild, Nate Maroy, JMW, Enzo, though you're not a GM. Your dedication to the station is so admirable, and it's because of all of you that things run smoothly. Thank you to all the underclassmen who regularly help out, specifically Chloe Houlihan, Nelson Wagaspack, Henry Wagaspack, Conrad Schluter, Tommy Leinhart, and all of the incoming freshmen. I'm so happy that you guys are all interested in the station. Thank you to all the parent volunteers. The station literally would not run without you. Thank you to Steve, Miss Newey, Miss York. You were always there when we needed you. To my fellow radio show hosts, Kendall Waldeck, Anna Malionik, Julia Kelly, and Hannah Larkin. Thank you for all the memories, and thank you to Will Cahill and Hannah Larkin for CEOing it through with me this year. And although I won't be here next year, I'm so excited to see where the next generation takes WVM. I know it will be amazing. Hello again, I'm Monica, and I'm going to be presenting the Senior Awards, even though I'm a senior. Up first, we have Joseph Brown. Up next, we have Laura Kyoto. Nina Kyoto. Emma Cryan. I don't think she's here. Okay. Congrats to Emma. Evelyn Hickey. Also not here. Cool. Okay. Julia Kelly. Also not here. Monica Kells. That's me. Thank you. What? Oh, I'll get my Hannah Larkin. Sean Leahy. Harry Lenacek. Liam Llewellyn. Not here, I don't think. Anna Malionik. Gavin is not here, but Sophia O'Brien. Megan Ray. Lula Solomon Rohr. I don't think she's here today. Henry Sullivan Dale. Not here. And then Lily Wagaspack. Congratulations to all class of 2024 seniors. And of course, because I did the reflection speech, I'm also doing the look to the future speech, so it's like both. So good evening, again, my name is Monica Kells, and I've had the greatest pleasure serving as CEO this past year. When I joined WAVM, we were still amid the pandemic, so no telethon, no radio show, no events. Looking back, we've come a long way. Since then, we've started up radio shows, some old and some new. We have filled all radio show slots, and I've watched us make more and more money for the telethon each year, expanding our impact on the community. I love how everyone in WAVM is different. There are people who you would have never met otherwise becoming best friends and working together. The level of collaboration needed to operate WAVM is a lot. So if you walk into WAVM, you will see students young and old working together for a common cause. Because no matter how different, everyone in WAVM has at least one thing in common, their love for WAVM. I think I'm most excited by the number of current middle schoolers who are invested in the station. I believe our middle school members are some of our most dedicated, and I can't wait to see all of the wonderful ways they influence the station in the coming years. At the end of last year, Ms. York expressed her desire to make WAVM even bigger than it was. And that type of change requires slow progress, but I can already see how excited students get when talking about WAVM, and enthusiasm is the greatest tool we need to expand in coming years. I'm beyond excited for future generations of WAVM to learn more about technology as they enter Maynard Public Schools. If you're new to the station and want to become more involved, all you have to do is show up. I can guarantee you'll never walk into the station and be told you're not needed. There's power in numbers, and as we grow our program, we need dedicated students to run it. As Patrick O'Neill once said, because he wrote this speech before I did, similar to how America runs on Duncan, WAVM runs on you. We love to see new faces every day and really really make next year absolutely unforgettable. Thank you.
So we've reached the part in our program where we would like to give out our Distinguished Service Awards. I want to say to all of our station members, I truly wish we could give all of you awards, since all of you certainly deserve it. So I'd like to call up Tommy to present the Distinguished Service Awards. The first award this award is for one of only 2 awards that would be presented to Fowler School students. The Best New Member Award recognizes the outstanding efforts that an individual shows towards the station during their first year involved. This year's recipient brings positive energy to the station. He can often be found hanging around the station regularly, always willing to lend a helping hand. It is not often an individual, let alone a middle school student, will be excited to assist with wrapping some cables. I am honored to present the Best New Member Award to Andrew Lovering. Sorry, what are the odds? It ended up being the last one that we looked at. So this next award is for the Best Middle School Radio Broadcaster. It is given to a middle school student or a group of students whose radio show stands out among their peers. This year's recipient did not miss a show and was the only show that incorporated sound effects into their show. I'm honored to present the Best Middle School Radio Broadcaster to Trevin Force. The Best High School Radio Broadcaster is given to a high school student or a group of students whose radio show stands out among their peers. This year's recipient did not miss a show, and their show is one I look forward to each week due to their creative transitions. Let's take a listen.
You are tuned in to WAVM Banquet broadcasting on 91.7 FM and stereo live at Maynard High School.
This is Mixed Up Music. I'm Sean. I'm Henry.
I'm Harry.
And we are having our last show ever as a group tonight.
I want to start it off by thanking our devoted fans of the show for sticking with us for the past 2 years.
Yep, it's been a long, long journey, 3 whole years, as Henry said. And we've had a great time here. We've made many memories. We've shared many fun stories. We've had many life changes.
And we've mixed it up.
And we've mixed it up, most importantly, yes.
So let's just start off with a little talking. What's everyone's favorite memory from the show?
Honestly, I probably have to go throwback here to when Gavin was on the show. He actually used to be 4 people, but then he kind of quit because he'd like to go watch the girls' basketball games instead of coming to our show. So, anyways, the memory is that on, I think it was our Halloween episode, we featured a short story about a skull trooper who was going around and vandalizing all of the trees and houses in Maynard with his pickaxe. He was from Fortnite. Skull Trooper. If anyone remembers that, let us know. It's a great story.
Not even gonna lie, that was mine.
Yeah, I was actually going to choose that also. Really just the most memorable thing from our radio show. Honestly, the only like lore that we had really going on. But
I guess, I don't know, maybe mine, other than that, is like our 4 a.m. show at the Beacon Center show.
That's true. That was a great one. I guess you could also consider the fact that we end off our show with the same song every single night. Space Song by Beach House. I feel like that's a staple of our show. It's what makes Mixed Up Music.
maybe a bit of a sleeper pick here, and you folks behind the radio can't really see us doing this. Sometimes if it's really a banger going on, we'll just go up and start having a dance party. Who here likes Roman numerals?
I hate that.
Well, you're gonna hate this next song, Symphony 9, but it's written as IX.
Symphony X.
By Current Joys.
This song is my day.
More like Current Sadness.
Please enjoy.
I just want to shout out one of our very special listeners. He's given us many, many requests. He's like a devoted listener of our show. We're not sure what his name is, but he knows who he is. He called us earlier in the show. He sent the first request that we played, and he remembered the Skull Trooper story that we told like 2 years ago or a year ago.
That's crazy. I don't think any of our other listeners would remember that, so really impressive.
Shout out.
Devoted listener. Yeah, you know who you are. We would, if we could, give you a rose.
Roses, but unfortunately, roses are not free. Although roses are free in this next song.
I might have to take back my earlier comment about good transitions. That was
a request. So thank you very much for calling in, and please enjoy.
It's by Ween.
That last song was Chamber of Reflection by Mac DeMarco.
Mac DeMarco is really a genius of our generation. He makes.
I don't think he's really our generation. I think he's probably like a millennial. I don't know.
That song has crazy aura.
Yeah, it does have crazy aura. Speaking of aura is actually a topic that we've been covering quite a lot this radio show. We're actually recording this radio show, so when us 3 probably listen to this in about 20 years, we're going to be like, oh, remember when aura was there? Yeah, so much aura back then. Yeah, all right, well, Sean, in 20 years, you don't have any aura at all, so stop.
And if aliens find this USB drive in 1,000 years, we have aura, and you guys don't.
Hey aliens, what's up? How's it going? Just in case you do see this.
And just to say hi in your language, bleep, glorp, bleep, glorp,
Zip, wobble, slap, zip, Lizzie up, good.
We're probably going to come on in approximately 7 minutes and say our final goodbye.
It's pretty good. I hear it too much though, so we'll see.
We hope you enjoyed the show over the past 3 years. We definitely enjoyed it. Honestly, been one of my favorite parts about high school. Hate to be saying goodbye to it, but I mean, we're all moving on to our next chapter in life.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that that this is really the last time we'll ever be saying goodbye as a radio show together. But we'll all be moving on to bigger and better things. And who knows, maybe if we all feel like it, we'll find a radio show that can host us. We can continue when we're like 50.
Who knows, maybe next year we can send a telephone and make a return.
Maybe, if that is allowed, I have no idea. I don't know if that's allowed.
They could make an exception, yeah.
We can get held back next year.
It's so possible. It's so possible. All right. Well, songs we played a lot. Space on every single show. Played a lot of Tame Impala, a lot of Weekend.
Yeah, a lot of Tame Impala.
A lot of Frank Ocean.
Yeah. I feel like we should also combine the music. So that way it's like not one person gets to say goodbye.
Okay.
It just feels right.
Signing out for the last time.
For the last time ever, have a good night, everybody.
Enjoy.
Space
Space
Song
Song
by
by
Beach House.
House.
So this idea about playing their radio show was something that, I'm going off script here, so bear with me, but Harry wanted to record it, so I lent him a USB, and after I gave it to him to copy and bring home, I'm like, I hope he returns it with the show still on it, or I can show it at the banquet. And guess what? It was still on it, and I decided, why not? Let's cut it up and show it at the banquet. So, so to answer your guys' question, you are more than welcome to return for next year's telethon, and we would be honored to have you back. I am honored to present Best High School Radio Broadcaster to Sean Leahy, Harry Lenachek, and Henry Sullivan Dale. All right. So Special Recognition Award recognizes the outstanding efforts that an individual shows towards the station throughout the year. These individuals assisted with operating technological elements for numerous television shows, sports coverage, events, and much more. I am honored to present Special Recognition Award to Brady DeVita, Nelson Wagasback, and Emmett Westerbeek. I would also like to present a special recognition award to this next individual who assisted with Till on the Go, a program which focuses on teaching adults video production. Till is a not-for-profit human service agency with a mission to create community-based residential day, vocational, clinical, and support services to help people reach their full potential and attain an optimal quality of life. He also has a weekly radio show. I am honored to present the Special Recognition Award to Ollie Raskin. Next up is the Valuable Member Award, and it goes to students who add value to WAVM in all their effort, work, and initiatives throughout the entire academic year. I am pleased to present this award to the following: Will Cahill, Julia Kelly, Monica Kells, Hannah Larkin, John Michael Waldron. Manager/Director of the Year Award recognizes the outstanding efforts that a manager-director shows towards the station throughout the year. This individual was the point person for Till on the Go and regularly assisted with operating technological elements for numerous television shows, sports coverage, events, and more. I am honored to present the Director Manager of the Year Award to Enzo Porfino. I would like to present a Manager or Director of the Year Award to this next individual, whose role was to support events occurring in the auditorium. In addition, he is always willing to lend a hand to his fellow managers and directors for other numerous events. I am honored to present the Manager or Director of the Year Award to Miles Westerbeek. The General Manager of the Year Award goes to those students who go above and beyond their own roles. Always available to help, whether in the studio, control room, sporting events, town events, and mainly any other area that needs support. I am honored to present General Manager of the Year Awards to Matthew Boyle, Nate Moreau, Owen Wild. Overall Commitment Award is one that goes to those students who are always dedicated to their roles. This particular student not only has a radio show, but also supports supporting events, and whenever help is needed, you can rely on him for additional reinforcement, no matter what the job entails. I am honored to present the Overall Commitment Award to Harry Lenachek. This next Overall Commitment Award goes to one that has shown dedication and loyalty in her role as the head radio supervisor and is committed 100% of her time and extremely reliable, and we can always count on her. I am honored to present this Overall Commitment Award to Megan Ray. This next award goes to the individual who showed support throughout the station. He is one of the tech people you go to when others need help in the studio or in the control room. And we can always count on him for providing coverage of many events throughout the year. I am honored to present Most Dedicated Award to Grafton Norris. This last student award, Positive Participator, is a new addition to our program, which honors this individual's character. He always has a smile, and his positive energy can brighten up anyone's mood. He is a student in the Chapter 74 program and often returns to the station as soon as school is dismissed and stays until close. Currently, he is working on a class project with his friend Zachary Rivers Wright, where they came up with the idea of a friendly challenge by starting with 1 penny and trying to continually trade up in value while documenting the experience. I've seen quite a bit of student-produced work through the years, and this is definitely one at the top. Let's take a look at the highlights of the challenge.
Welcome to the 1 cent challenge.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
Hey. Would you give me anything for this penny? Oh, yeah, I'll take that. Thank you, gentlemen.
Hey,
Shake
hands.
hands. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate it.
Gum. I know you love gum. You have $1. 50 cents. You have 2 quarters. Oh yeah.
That's that challenge.
Max, you're the greatest.
No, what's your dollar? No, what time?
I love you, Max. Thank you so much. All right.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
Hi, Max. We're gonna keep moving.
Good job, cameraman.
I'll pay you $2 tomorrow. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Matt. Yeah. No. Thank you. Thank you, Berman.
No, I feel like he has an advantage over me because he does not care about going up to people.
You cannot sell the same product that the other person sells.
You thirsty, anyone? Thirsty? No?
Guys, we're currently downtown Maynard, next to CVS, and now it's time to sell.
As I waved goodbye to my buddies, I knew I was on track to beat Lucas by the end of the month.
$150?
Here you go. This is a 20. Because of the amount of profit I made today, I had to show off my juggling skills to celebrate.
You could only sell the product to 1 person.
Today has been such a successful day since we tripled our money compared to yesterday.
Hi, excuse me. Are you interested in buying a water?
These lovely people bought some waters from me, and Lucas, you're gonna lose, buddy.
You can now sell any product to your relatives and family.
After a long and thorough search, I eventually found my product. I was really struggling to sell these gummy bears. So when I got to the lemonade stand, I asked these little helpers for assistance. At this point in the challenge, I didn't know what my next step would be. But as I looked into the distance, I realized that all of the answers will come with time.
I really feel that the more I think about it, I'm more relaxed about this challenge.
May 31st will be the final day. If you had one message to share to the world, what would it be?
Be kind to each other.
I am honored to present the Positive Participator Award to Lucas Lynn. So these next 2 awards are for departments throughout the school district. They have aided and guided WAVM and supported us with any and all of our requests, always willing to lend a helping hand. Unfortunately, they could not attend tonight, but we would like to congratulate the technology department, as well as Tony Savard and the facilities team. Tony has asked that Nina and Anna come up and receive the award. So for any of you that know Tony, he's a great friend and a great colleague, and he has helped WAVM tremendously over the past year with refreshing our studio space, adding paint to the hallways, and continuously improving the overall facility of WAVM. And he has also been instrumental in providing, in getting to the conclusion of live coverage over at Alumni Field, allowing us to broadcast different sporting events and graduations and things of that nature as well. So our final award for the evening is coming up. I've been fortunate to work closely with this individual since day one. Her contributions to WAVM are many and are key to making each and every logistically possible, which are often completed behind the scenes. I would like to take a moment to recognize her efforts in making each one a positive one. This individual has a true passion for WAVM and the students. This individual is somebody I often turn to for support, motivation, and to find out what was previously done and what is coming up on our calendar and on our to-do list. She is one of my mentors and role models this past year, and I look forward to continuing to work by her side this coming academic year. I am honored to present Special Appreciation Award to Ann Newey. So next in our program, I would like to announce next year's telethon head hosts, as well as next year's telethon head techs. Next year's telethon head hosts will be Jackson Cadwell and Jennifer Smith. Next year's telethon head techs will be Will Cahill and Grafton Norris. Yep. So next, I would like to have our current CEOs, Hannah and Monica, and come up to the podium, and they're going to present. This is our leadership torch. The students had come up with. And next year's CEOs will be Nate Maroy and Owen Wild. In closing, I would like to thank Brenda Sullivan, Anita Hill, and our entire station support group, Friends of WAVM, for their unwavering support of the station. Hannah Fulham and John Ogden, our station leaders, for their continued support. Al Avery, Kurt Severance, and parents leading the initiative for our redesign of our website and logo. Lastly, I would like to announce, and I'm excited to share, that I will remain in my current role and look forward to continuing to work with all of you, students and parents. I'm sure great things will be happening at WAVM. Thank you once again for joining us tonight, and have a great rest of your evening.